All right, live again. All right, Spice, you just need to rejoin the collab. Oh,
Okie
man.
dokie.
I'm already freaking hot, but we're gonna do it. We're gonna deal with it. Man. At least the background noise is better now without it.
I'm not a dinosaur!
We're live. And
see, Jen, that's what it looks like when you leave it to the right people.
Leave what to the right people?
You guys really don't pay attention to me. It was literally the last thing I said.
I heard what you said.
Oh,
see,
man.
it makes sense for you not to say it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. We're all good. Everything's working again. All right. We should be up. Although I just realized I don't have the music playing. Whatever. God, this is annoying.
I'm not a dinosaur!
Everybody get up, get down on the floor. Me and Quizzy had shared his brain cell there.
I'm not a dinosaur. I like how the dinosaur is calling me a dinosaur. I'm not a dinosaur.
Oh, man. Okay. All right. There we go. We are good. Holy shit. Okay.
Oh, yeah. I can't pronounce. I can't enunciate.
Yeah.
You just call him Brown if you want to call him by the last name.
Yeah, I was just...
Dino Man!
That low-key is out of pocket to just go to somebody and be like, hey, I'm going to call you Brown. That's a little out of pocket.
I feel like I had a teacher named like Mr. Brown or something.
Why is Wild using her chibi model? This is not my chibi model! What are you talking about?
You got a big head. I'm sorry. That's out of pocket.
Oh, man. All right.
It's not my chibi model.
So let me see. Let me see what I read before my thing. Oh yeah, I said because I'm tried and will be going to bed soon is what they wrote, but they meant but I'm tired and will be going to bed soon.
No, it's not.
Oh,
hey,
man.
Can I just point something out that I find this funny because this has been kind of consistent over every single time. I've been in a stream with both Spice and Jen. Why is our orientation never consistent? All right, on Jen, on your stream, it's you, me, and Spice. Spice, here's Jen, you, and me. So it's like, look, I gotta choose who I'm looking at in
which stream?
In reference. Yeah,
I got Spice on the left, you in the middle, and me on the right. Spice probably has it different orientation.
Yeah, if I do a bit, it's only gonna work for one of the two streams.
Oh, man.
I'm not a dinosaur! Oh my god!
All right, so continuing on where we left off before the stream crashed. My parents are fully on my side. So are... Oh, wait, actually, hold on. I need to read... No, wait, actually, this is where I need to pick up. My parents are fully on my side, and so are multiple other family members that haven't been cut off. My daughter doesn't know the full story, but as treat for all of us.
As treat?
But
as
I think they meant but as... Oh, they mean but as a treat. But as a treat from all of us, we plan to take her to Disneyland for Christmas, and my parents have said they will join us. I guess just to make up for the daughter being sad about not being a flower girl. But still, she's 4.
She ain't even gonna remember that shit in 3 years. I'm still stand on that.
As for my sister, some people have mentioned she might be in an abusive relationship. Well, her husband is from old money, and his family is very well connected in England, which is something she always wanted, so I don't know. But if she is in a bad relationship, and afraid it's up to my husband to forgive her, not me. I guess she's like, because I'm still never going to speak to her again. As treat. You can post this wherever you like. Please don't message me again, and I will not give up the photographer's information because she wants to stay anonymous. And then there's little notes here that says, I found out 3 family members knew, including a bridesmaid that dropped out who knew. So knew about the racism. I've seen a lot of people making fun of the fact me and my husband cried over ourselves to sleep that night. Our daughter found out.
Y'all did not all cry yourselves to sleep. Just stop.
We didn't cry about her not being a flower girl, nor did we cry
They did not.
while she was awake. Also, can I just say this? The way it was phrased, I added flower girl because they actually wrote, "We didn't cry about her not being a flower, nor did we cry while she was awake."
That's like the kid that wants to be a blitzball when he grows up. Do we cry because he didn't become a blitzball?
We cry because our child was extremely hurt. She didn't become a flower.
The child didn't become a flower.
Hello, Trixie. Hello. Let's see. We cried because our child was extremely hurt, and there's no feeling worse than your child thinking that they're not good enough for someone they love. For the commenters who was extremely nasty about my husband crying, a father's love is equal to a mother's. Men do and are allowed to have emotions. Do better. I'll agree with that last part.
No, because I'm not taking that disrespect. All right, look.
Well, men are allowed to cry, man.
No. They said do it. No. Because that was in response. That was in response to people being like, "Bullshit, you did not fucking cry." And so her whole point was just like, "Oh no, we were just crying because our child felt, not good enough." I'm gonna be so honest. It's a part of growing up. I'm not gonna lie. Your kid is gonna lose at certain things, and they're gonna not feel like they're good enough. They're not all gonna. I'm not gonna lie. With the first time I got to the finals in a chess tournament in high school, yeah, I was one of those. I'm not gonna lie, I got cooked in the finals. I got cooked, and I felt awful. Nobody was crying for me, nor should they. Man, get out of here. And I was old enough to understand that I didn't feel good enough. Get the fuck out of here.
Oh, man.
Being like, oh, he didn't feel good. And it's like, throw her a dance party for her next birthday, bro, and have her bust a move. She'll feel plenty good enough.
Man, I just regret that this was at the top of the searches for Bridezilla, and that I mistook it for a different story. The other story was so much like this story annoyed me just because of how hard it was to read. I think the author I don't know if English is their first language. It might be, but I think they need to go back to high school for English classes.
Yo.
I'm sorry. The writing was so hard to read. I had to keep adding words and fixing spelling mistakes. There's a moment they wrote worse, but they put a P instead of an O and they didn't fix it.
You said they need to go back to. My heart froze for a second. I was like, what is he about to say?
Oh, man. But I think TLDR for that story, from what I can get from this is the original poster, which is the mom, basically pulled her daughter, or her daughter wasn't allowed to go to be the flower girl, so she's like, well, I'm not gonna show up at your wedding. And the sister got mad and then started throwing a fit. Came to find out the reason the daughter wasn't allowed is because the in-law family was racist. And so, even more reason to not like the sister for kicking the daughter out from being a flower girl. It's like, well, if she's not allowed to be a flower girl because of your racism, then I just don't. Then I was right for not going.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie though. Can we agree on this one thing? I feel like until the racism card got brought in, I feel like she got lucky that happened. Because if that didn't happen, her reaction wouldn't have been justified at all. Talking about I'm cutting you off for the rest of your life just because I don't want to. Like, imagine if it really was just, I'm sorry, like the other cousin, like the 8-year-old, I forget who they were gonna have replace. But the 8-year-old just does it better. Like, I'm sorry, like the 8-year-old just does it better. They were practicing really hard too. It's just, I'm sorry. Like, if that was really the reason, that would have been bullshit. You lucked out that those are some shitty people, because that's the only reason why that shit is justified.
Yeah.
I mean, well, you didn't luck out, all right? I'm not gonna lie. Having racist as part of your family is not lucky. But you know what I meant.
There we go. I just had to fix my background. I noticed it was really messed up, so I fixed it, and it looked a bit weird for a sec. But yeah, oh man, yeah. Just I don't know. That story was interesting, but I just wish it was easier to read. Like, honestly, I feel like my TLDR was better for going through that story than the actual reading.
See, I wish I wasn't fucking 0 for 5 of playing devil's advocate because there's always no. 'Cause listen, it always starts like I'm cooking, right? Like there's enough plausible doubt, and then somebody, Jen, you just get to a point in the story, they just throw in that X factor racism, and now what the fuck?
Yeah.
Man, I wish we had you in the call when I was reading that story about the dad on the cruise ship. You were there in chat though, so you were there.
I was cooking his ass in Spice's chat.
Oh man. Okay. All right. So, next story was posted on Am I the Asshole 4 years ago, and it says, "Am I the asshole for going Bridezilla after my bridesmaid spilled wine on my wedding dress?"
Ooh, was it on purpose?
We don't have context yet.
Yeah,
Well,
if it was on
context.
purpose, hey, beat her ass. If it wasn't on purpose, yes, you are.
Oh
Right?
man.
Yeah.
Alrighty, so it says, I, 27 female, got married a month ago. My dress was this long, lacy gown that my mom wore at her wedding. My mom passed away about 2 years ago. Because the dress was so important to me, I had a big plan to keep it safe from any damages. I would only wear the dress at the wedding itself, and I would switch to a more casual dress for the reception. When I was wearing the dress, I wouldn't eat or drink anything except water, and I would stay inside at all times. I promise I'm not usually this crazy about cleanliness, but this was my mom's dress, and the thought of it being damaged broke my heart. But I also knew I wanted to wear it when I got married to have a piece of her with me. She adored this dress, and I always dreamed I would wear it. So far, I think, this is a sweet story so far with this, it's your mom's wedding dress.
I think I see where this is going, and I'm just like, listen, you kind of are, but it's an understandable crash out. Just apologize, and everything should be good.
Mm-hmm.
I think,
but we'll see. There's always a twist. I'm sure somebody in here is gonna be randomly a fan of the Mustache Man or some shit. So I'm not gonna put up any theories this time. I'm not doing it.
You're not taking that risk. All right. My bridesmaids knew very well about my particularities with the dress. I had a room above the venue where I was getting ready. My dress was hanging in a safe place in the room. On the day of the wedding, I went down to check on something for the wedding, leaving my bridesmaids in the room. Here's what happened.
The bridesmaids.
Did I read it wrong? Okay, let me retry.
The bridesmaids.
The bridesmaids.
I'm sorry.
That one girl from Poppy Playtime, Chapter 5. Like, what?
Yeah,
oh man. On the day of the wedding, I went down to check on something for the wedding, leaving my bridesmaids in the room. Here's what happened as they told it to me. They opened a bottle of Pinot Noir. I think that's how I say it. Pinot, P-I-N-O-T.
It's Pinot Noir.
Pinot Noir?
Pinot Noir, yeah.
They opened a bottle of Pinot Noir, my favorite, as a celebration. They pull
It's a very dark red wine.
Okay.
By the way.
Oh, okay.
Almost. Yeah, it's a very dark, very deep red. But continue.
Hold on. Write that in the chat. I might need that for my totally not alcoholism.
What, Pinot Noir?
Pinot Noir. Oh man, here. Fine, if you want it, I'll put it in the chat. I'll post it.
I got it.
There you go.
I got it. Or Pinot Noir.
There you go.
I'm collecting different alcohols the same way that Nari's collecting flavored. My fault.
Oh man.
Oh my God.
They opened a bottle of Pinot Noir, my favorite, as a celebration. They poured themselves glasses and began to walk around checking out the room. One of my bridesmaids, Anna, 27 female, wanted to get a closer look at my dress. She got really close to it, and she started touching the lace. Somehow, her hand holding the wine glass slipped, and wine spilled all over the bottom of the dress.
Oh.
This is her mom's wedding dress, too.
Oh.
That sounds like an accident.
Yeah, except that the thing is, remember, she was keeping drinks and everything away from the dress and told her bridesmaids, hey, I'm keeping food and stuff away from the dress. I want it clean. I don't want to risk any spills on it.
Yeah.
And someone in chat saying this sounds like it was on purpose. I actually think I agree with Bun with Fun here.
Bun. Yeah, Bun's like, on purpose.
It does sound like sabotage. Throw the whole friend away, yeah. It didn't say it said on accident, but I think it honestly could have been on purpose. So let's
Wait,
keep reading.
I would need to know what's the what would a possible motive be?
She
I
couldn't
need
wear
that.
she couldn't wear the wedding dress. The wedding dress would be ruined for the wedding because it'd be spilled with wine.
No. Why would the friend want that though?
Because maybe the friend's jealous.
Maybe.
Doesn't sound like your friend. What the fuck?
The way Quizzy just looked at the camera was like that dog that like when he's about to sneeze and it's that dog sneeze nuke. I swear, like you went like you like went from side look to straight forward,
People
like
are jerks,
with like
yeah.
one eye like a little bit droopy. Like I got hold on, I gotta send to the group chat.
Okay, I analyze you in that one repo stream, and now this motherfucker says,
God.
"No, I can't let you get away with anything. I got my eyes on you."
I got my eye on you, Wazowski.
Always
There you go.
watching. Wazowski.
Always
Always
watching.
watching.
That's the world's that husky like went, huh? Like his
Always watching.
I think Quizzy saw the gif.
Man,
Husky.
goofy ball knowledge right there. That is goofy ball knowledge.
All right, continuing the story. When I came upstairs, they told me what happened, and I started sobbing. My maid of honor called several professional cleaners, and they said there was no way they could get the dress in before the wedding. They told us ways to save the dress until we could get it into them, so my MOH started doing that. Maid of honor, MOH, my maid of honor. I had to think for a sec. After that call, I became extremely angry. I asked Anna what the hell she was doing holding red wine so close to my dress when she knew how careful I was being. She dismissed it and said it wasn't such a big deal because I was planning to wear the dress, so it could have gotten damaged that way too. Oh, I'm a little angry now at Anna here, saying like it could have got damaged anyway. So why are you so angry that there's wine on it now?
Wait, no, run those last two sentences back.
All right, I will
think
reread it. You might let me reread it.
Try again.
After that call, I became extremely angry. I asked Anna what the hell she was doing holding red wine so close to my dress when she knew how careful I was being. She dismissed it and said it wasn't such a big deal because I was planning to wear the dress, so it could have gotten damaged that way too.
No.
Actually, no, beat her ass. Valid
Yeah.
crap.
Throw the friend.
Yep, yep.
Nope. On burp. Yeah. Throw the whole friend out. Exactly. No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Exactly. Why the? Hold on. What the? Oh, hold on. There we go. Okay. Just had something going on with my chat, but there we go. All right. I couldn't believe she said that. I
couldn't either.
Yeah, I could believe she said
Wow.
that. I called her thoughtless and careless and stupid. I told her that she was no longer part of the wedding and that I wanted her to leave. She left, and neither of us have reached out to the other since. I got married in the dress I had planned to wear for the reception, and I was heartbroken not to be wearing my mom's dress. After the wedding, my
Oh.
bridesmaids joked that I was a bridezilla for kicking Anna out after she made an honest mistake. An honest mistake is in quotes there.
No. Hey, I ain't gonna lie
No.
to you, Chief. You didn't get kicked out because of the mistake. You got kicked out because of how you tried to justify that shit.
Yeah.
That was,
Yeah. Exactly.
that
exactly.
Was outrage.
You could have just been like,
not
I'm
gonna lie.
so
Yeah.
sorry, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry. Instead, you're like, it would have gotten damaged anyway. Just wear it.
Yeah.
Dude, she
like-
ruined such a wedding dress. Like, that sucks, man. Can you, like, honestly, that's one of the worst feelings ever. You have these plans, you want to do something, and then something happens. You can still go through the plans, but you can't do it the way you wanted. It hurts.
Right. Yeah.
Throw them all
Throw them
away.
all
Throw all
away.
the friends
Yup.
away.
Punch you in the nose, break that shit, and you're just like, why would you do that? Bro, my nose is ruined.
Oh,
Well, your
man.
face is out all the time. You know, it would have gotten ruined anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, man. I absolutely don't think I'm the asshole or a bridezilla because Anna's reaction was so horrible and insincere. But I wanted to get the story off my chest and ask some people who might be more impartial. Am I the asshole?
Nope.
You guys say nope?
No.
Nope.
Yeah. No. No.
That
Well,
was very cut and dry.
the
I would've
verdict.
done worse.
The verdict was not the asshole.
Good.
And some comments. So we got one. So original post, by the way, had 25,000 upvotes. This first comment has
Wow.
39,000 upvotes. So it has like what is that, like 14,000 more upvotes than the actual story, which is actually an insane amount. So it says right here, why would you wander around with a glass of wine next to a white wedding dress that has such extreme sentimental value? Not the asshole. They couldn't have waited. They couldn't have waited to have wine. In my opinion, even if the dress wasn't sentimental because of your mom, the fact that it's your wedding dress automatically makes it VIP. It doesn't seem Bridezilla or OTT to take precautions not to have big, ugly stains on your wedding dress. And the fact that Anna didn't seem sorry makes me feel like she deserved to be kicked out.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if the OP is like me, but I'd have gotten pissed because I know damn well you didn't. Like, for one, I got ratioed by somebody who is typing as if they're speaking this shit. Like, wow, how are you gonna keep in the errors? You're typing. You can edit it. You're gonna go to I just ... and then go to a different dot.
Well, they said that like they ran out of words. Like they could have waited.
Look, that motherfucker wrote that shit feeling like the white Yagami, bro.
Yeah, and then you got another comment that says, "Honey, I think you need new friends. That was not an accident. Anna did it on purpose, and the others covered for her, not the asshole."
Yeah.
I honestly could see that it could have, and also the fact then another comment under that says, it is interesting that it happened when the bride wasn't there. The one moment the bride leaves, that kind of, honestly, I can see where...
And action.
Yeah.
Yeah, right? And conveniently, that's when it happened.
And also, another comment, I think she did it purposefully too. The fact she wasn't apologetic at all is the biggest giveaway. If it were a real friend, or even a decent person, they would have been bending over backwards to make it right and apologizing with every other breath. Definitely not the asshole, and not a Bridezilla at all.
Yeah.
And then the last one, I think this is how I would react. I would have been puking and crying with anxiety if I was Anna. I would have felt so terrible and figured out any way to clean the dress at any cost. Super weird she wasn't so, it was an accident about it. Yeah, no. Honestly, no, Anna's the worst, like, is so horrible for this. It's like, and again, it is the fact they opened wine when she left the room and said, I don't want food and drinks near my dress. They knew this. Yeah, right. They knew how careful she was being, and she told them how sentimental it was. Like, this was my mom's wedding dress. I want to wear it too. Like, dude, that just fucking sucks. But yeah, and then would you guys agree though that Anna's the one that's in the wrong here, not the poster?
For sure. There's no I don't think there's really an argument otherwise. Like, I'm Mr. Devil's Advocate. I cannot come up with a counter argument.
Yeah, right, exactly.
At best, maybe she was sipping on too much of that wine.
Oh man. All right. Well, for our next story, it says it is titled. Well, actually, first it is from Am I the Asshole, and it's posted 7 years ago. It says, "Am I the asshole for refusing to wear a wig to my friend's wedding?"
Hell no. Hold on.
No. Yeah, no.
No. She said, hey, listen, man, you're invited, bro, but get your Mr. Clean looking ass on somewhere, man. Wear a wig.
The thing is, I'll spoil here because some people might be expecting a different story. Because I swear I've read a story just like this one, except in the story, the person who was basically she was like, "Hey, you can't be my bridesmaid unless you wear a wig," and it's because her bridesmaid that she was basically saying that to was going through cancer treatment and was bald because of it, and she wanted her to wear a wig because she had cancer.
Okay, so I said that assuming that the OP is a guy, all right? Now, listen, baldness on guys are, for whatever reason, way funnier than it is on women, all right? So, like, listen, I get it's a double standard. If it's a guy, I stand by what I said. If OP is a girl, I take it back.
Yeah. That story I was honestly trying to find. I couldn't find it, which is why I'm usually reading this one. Again, it's similar to the other one, that I was confused by, but this one though I think is still pretty good. I actually read through this one and it's pretty good too. I'm not gonna lie though, just like the idea. Can you imagine like you are trying, like your best friend in the world makes you a bridesmaid, and then you realize you have cancer and you need to start going through cancer treatment, and you have to get your hair shaved off and stuff and all that, and
Yeah.
you like your friend's like, oh well, you can't come to the wedding unless you wear a wig.
Ugh.
Like, no, that's horrible. That is absolutely horrible. And I think also it's like, I think that the person who posted the story, which was the one who would, go through cancer, was like, and she also was refusing to give me back the money I gave her as a wedding gift. I think it was like something like that. I don't know of the full story, but basically the friend like took money or did something. It was a very sad story. But anyways, this story, am I the asshole for refusing to wear a wig to my friend's wedding? Just a little background. I grew up in a very strict Christian family where I wasn't allowed to cut my hair, ever, because hair is a woman's crown. End
Yeah,
quote.
take my joke back.
It was... yeah, this story's also
Yeah,
about
I'm
a
gonna take this
female.
back.
It's also
All right,
about
here we
a
go.
girl. It
All
was
right, let's
down.
see.
It was down to my knees by the time I escaped my family at 18. Ever since then, I've either had a pixie, a buzz cut, or have been totally bald. Because I cannot stand the heavy feeling of long hair or all the brushing, waxing, and detangling after dealing with it for so many years. So that's
wait, hold on a second. So she decides to be bald on purpose? No, hold on. No, she's cool then. taking back my joke. Hold on.
Oh my god!
He chose that life. I don't give a fuck.
Quizzy is all over the place. Quizzy's like, I don't know. This is a roller coaster.
He's constantly he's trying to play devil's advocate every paragraph.
I got several clauses, and she kept moving from one clause to the next. All right, this is just where she is. She can take the joke.
So that's a big reason I'm so stubborn about this issue. Also, all my friends involved in the story have always known me as the girl with no hair. Right now, I'm bald because I always shave my head completely for the summer. One of my good friends is getting married in August, and she chose me to be one of her bridesmaids. Everything had been cool. She's always been the sweetest person, and she showed no signs of growing bridezilla before this. Until she called me up about 3 weeks ago and asked me if I could do her a favor and wear a wig to her wedding. She explained that she wanted all of her bridesmaids to match and that she wanted us all to look good in the pictures. I told her I really didn't want to get a wig, and we've been on bad terms ever since. All of our friends... Oh, go ahead, Quizzy.
I just want to okay, so on one hand, okay, I get where coming from the, OP's our main character, so we're thinking asshole, but is there a reason why this wig offends? Because in my mind, I'm just I don't really like wearing wigs and all that, but it's a friend, it's their birthday. If I feel like in my mind, even if I hated hair, I'd be like, I just do it for my friend. Unless I have some super traumatic event in my past that just makes me, hair touches me, I'm like, get this shit away from me. Unless some shit like that happens.
Well, for 18 years, remember she was raised for 18 years. She had hair down, I believe, did she say to, hold on. She had hair down to her knees because she was never allowed to cut her hair, ever.
Okay, so is the wig some shit like Spice, or are we going out here looking like Rapunzel? I don't get it. If it was Rapunzel, then yeah, I get it. It's but if it's it's hey, just a little short hair, maybe maybe put a bell here, a bell there, looking
you can't do it for one day for your friend. Maybe. I mean, it all depends.
You gotta give me the sentimental reason for that.
I will say this also implies that she thinks her friend isn't attractive bald, because she's like, you don't look good unless you have hair. So because you don't look good, you can't be in my pictures unless you have hair.
Okay.
If you think about it like that.
Okay, so you want me to be for real? Look, some people are into that. That definitely would be considered a niche attraction. I'm pretty sure most bald people, at least most bald guys, are yeah, I gotta get funny now. at least most bald men are like, oh shit, I lost that. Yeah, I gotta work on my jokes. I gotta work on my jokes because this shit ain't gonna work for me.
Oh man.
I don't know how it is. I don't know how it is for women though, but like I assume equality until shown or proven otherwise. So I'd assume it'd be like, I understand it. I'm not too mad at it.
Gotcha.
It would be a little bit attention drawing if I didn't. I can see why she would think that, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, let's read on. So, all of our friends are on her side because, quote, it's just a wig, and, quote, it's not like she's asking you to grow out your hair for the wedding, so she's not the one being unreasonable. End quote. And I know I can be very stubborn sometimes.
You're scared?
No, I am. I just realized this is the same thing that I did in the first story.
It is. Where you
looked the exact same thing, man. Who's gonna turn racist, bro? Who's gonna do it?
Oh, man. And I know I can be very stubborn sometimes, which I guess is the reason I'm posting here. The thing is, I don't know how many of you will be aware of this, but a wig that will actually look good / realistic is expensive. I've already paid for a bridesmaid's dress, new shoes, and plane tickets, as well as a small deposit for the person who's going to do our makeup. The wedding has already cost me a fortune, and I could afford a wig if I wanted to, but do I really want to spend the money on something I'll never wear again when I've already spent a ton? Not really. Also, this is going to be on a plantation in Louisiana in August. I'm already going to be hot and uncomfortable, and a wig will make things 1,000 times worse. Do you have any comments there, Quizzy?
I asked her when it was going to get racist, and I heard the plantation word. I got scared for a second. I was like, is this where it comes?
Oh, she's trying to get her friend to buy the wig that changes things? Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
I'm not going to spoil what the verdict is. I'm not spoiling, because I know who the verdict is.
Neither are.
I mean,
like neither are asshole right now.
Yeah, I mean, if it was me, like if I was somebody that like asked them to do that, I would get the wig for them. I wouldn't be like, yo, go get it yourself. Like you're asking, it's a favor you're asking. Yeah, you're also
you're asking somebody to buy a wig for your wedding photos. Maybe you should get them the wig. Kinda.
See, now, yeah, like
you want them to look good, buy them a wig. Be like, and just wear this for a day. I'll buy it for you. Like, then that's no problem. But you're be like, no, you have to buy a wig and come to my wedding, even though you like, it just feels a bit selfish. I'm not gonna lie.
It is. I feel like I feel like she's a little bit of an asshole for just bringing this after so much money's already been thrown into it.
And not just that, it's also
like
she's an asshole because she's the one who invited her to be a bridesmaid in the first place, and now has a whole bunch of problems. Like, well, I guess it's not a whole bunch. It's one problem, but you know, I don't know. And it's just
like on the condition that she could just say no and then not show up, and then like no, there's gonna be no tension in the friendship off of that. Like if she's like, yeah, I really just don't want to spend that type of money. I hope you have a good wedding and all that. And she's just fine here. If she's fine hearing that, she doesn't feel like she's being slighted at all.
Yeah,
I feel like at that case, if that's how it went, cool.
Yeah,
you know.
I agree with Firewolf.
Still a little bit of a dick move with the timing, but you know.
Yeah, I agree with Firewolf. You're saying if it's just for the wedding photos, you just gotta buy the wig for that guest. I kind of think I agree with that. If it's just for the photos, just buy them a wig, because you know they like being bald. They don't like having hair, and you're the one who wanted them at your wedding as their wedding guest. So now you're like, I don't know. It just feels like you're being very bossy as the bride.
At the very least, you owe me a big one. Like, you know what? This is probably how the type of person I am. I'd probably be like, you know what? Cool, I'll do it. But this is running my pocket, so you owe me big. You owe me one. Remember that you owe me one. I agree on it. Shake my hand.
Cool. You're making a deal with the deal with the future devil from Chainsaw Man.
Yeah.
Okay, buddy.
Oh, man. All right. Reading on, it says, my biggest reason, and this is why my friends are saying I'm the asshole, is the principle of the thing. I feel like it implies I look bad because I don't have hair. See, this is exactly what I was saying. Is it like even she's feeling this way? Because I feel like it implies that I look bad because I don't have hair, which I personally don't think is true. Is being bald so hideous I'll ruin her pictures? Is she gonna make her balding father wear a toupee? And I think
My God, no.
and I think the I want us to match thing is stupid. We're already wearing matching dresses. Why isn't that enough? I know it's her day and we're supposed to make her happy, but isn't there a line?
Okay, here's what it really is. Okay, let's be real here for just a second. All right, and here's why that his her balding father thing doesn't really work. All right, it's unusual to see. It's unusual to see a bald woman. It's out of the ordinary, and really, if it's your wedding day, you don't want somebody else standing out more than you. It's just, I'm pretty sure that's like common courtesy. Don't steal the show when it isn't your show.
Right, yeah.
Sort of deal.
Yeah. Well,
so it's not even you look good, you look ugly here. That's it. That's subjective. That's your own thing. But objectively, a bunch of people are gonna look at you and be like, "That's a bold choice."
Yeah.
And I will. So we got a little bit more. I've offered to wear a cute headscarf as a compromise if my bald head is that offensive, but she's not having it. I'm still in the bridal party and invited, but I don't know for how much longer, honestly. Am I the asshole for not wanting to wear a wig? Edit. Just to add 2 things. 1, she's not willing to pay or reimburse me for the wig in part or in full. 2, along with the headscarf, I'd also be willing to grow my hair out into a pixie cut. The wedding is at the beginning of August, so it'd still be really short, though.
Yeah, that's true. They can.
Let me see because I don't know what a pixie cut is off the top of my head.
Tomboy haircut.
Oh, that's fun. That's fun. Nah, if she's mad about a pixie cut, then I don't know. See, I look.
Although when I think pixie cut, I think of Ellen DeGeneres.
Yeah, that's
But that's not nothing against the hairstyle. I actually think pixie cuts look awesome on women. I think it's a great hairstyle. I think most hairstyles are great, but you know, I think pixie cut's like one of those like really short hairstyles that's just like, oh, that looks awesome.
I see somebody with a pixie cut. I feel like they have at least one random skill that they maxed out. Like that just is what that haircut. That's what that haircut is like. It just screams to me. It's just like, I don't know, but you have some extracurricular activity that you could whoop my ass in. I just need to figure out what it is.
Well, the verdict is not the asshole. I don't know if either of you disagree with that or agree with that.
See, I agree, not the assholes, only because she agreed to like, okay, I'll just grow out my hair for the pixie cut. However, I don't know what that scarf looks like. I've never seen somebody wear a headscarf. That headscarf thing might fuck around and actually be even more attention grabbing. So I don't know. I would need to see what that looks like. I can understand why they would be upset, but I'm leaning towards not the asshole. It's because of the pixie cut thing. If the pixie cut thing is fine with the bride, which it should be because she's not trying to pay for a wig,
right?
Then I say go with that. If the pixie cut is a problem, then unironically she's just an asshole. But I don't. Once again, need to see the scarf. The scarf might need to go. but if the scarf if you leave the scarf out or the scarf isn't as flashy as I think it is, you're not the asshole.
Yeah,
I was gonna say yeah, I agree. I don't think they're the asshole. It would be different if the what
it looked like you crashed.
No, I'm here. Can you still hear me?
Yeah, you cut out though for a bit there.
Sorry. No, I was saying, I agree, not the asshole, but I would feel differently if the bride would have like bought a wig or something.
I think
wear it. I'd feel different about it then. And then like
it's the fact
the
she's
pixie
like
cut thing makes sense
it's
too.
the fact, it's like she's like, no, you have to buy a wig. You have to match with us. It's like, well, you're already matching with wedding dresses. Like, this is your friend. You wanted like
everyone's hair doesn't have to match either. Like, I don't think I've ever like covered a wedding where everyone had the same hair. Like, everyone's hair was different.
Very active I'm not a bird, and Quizzy's not a bird.
I genuinely don't think it's a case of we want everyone to match. It's more of a case of we don't want anybody to stand out too much.
Mm-hmm.
True.
I think
very
that's what
true.
she meant by that.
Man, I feel like bald people look at like a bald woman who pulls it off would look pretty badass though in a fucking wedding
Oh, yeah.
photo. Dude,
Mm-hmm.
not gonna lie.
Cool. I'm sorry. I'm kind of with the Brown on that one because like it's cool. You're stealing my shine on my big day. Like I'm sorry. Like,
But
look,
the shine
if
because she got a
somebody-
shiny head, or
Oh my god.
Oh my god!
Man.
Because she has a.
man, Quizzy's
Relax,
out here.
all right,
Quizzy's
look,
out here being
so we got-
Poseidon or Neptune for fucking
Don't do-
SpongeBob.
Don't do that.
Or
Don't
no,
do
he's not
'cause if
being
we
that.
got-
You're being the fish who's screaming bald, bald.
We got- No, I'm saying you got all of you got
Yeah.
a bunch of normal NPC looking women, and then all of a sudden you get one of those like secret agent from the what's that agency in Wakanda from Black Panther? You get one of those, you're gonna be like, oh shit. Who's that? They look like they could beat my ass. Like what? Like no, like they look super imposing. All of a sudden, now I'm in an aura clash with somebody else on my big day. I don't want that.
Yeah. I'm not a
Uh.
pillow penguin. Why are you putting a hat on me that's a pillow penguin?
Oh
Hey,
man.
you know what? It doesn't apply as much for guys, but I ain't gonna lie. If I'm at my wedding and all of a sudden motherfucking Agent 47 just shows up, I'm not gonna lie.
Also, I will say this. I will say this though. I think that when you're bald, I think wigs tend to be hotter on people who are bald,
Mhm.
and it's gonna be hot summer in a plantation, somewhere down south. That's gonna be so much worse than how normally like trying to wear a wig in normal weather would be. But anyways, let's read some comments. So comments, here's one, says, not the asshole. If she had a problem with your appearance, then why the hell did she make you her bridesmaid? You're her friend. Well, friends don't try and change their friends to satisfy their vanity issues. That one had 17,000 upvotes. Then another comment says, not the asshole. She asked you knowing you are bald in the summer. This isn't a big change you made right before the wedding, which is your choice, but tends to stress brides out, so it's more understandable. I'd step out of the wedding. This will only get worse if she's that concerned about some pictures. And then the OP actually replied to that saying, right, I'd be way more understanding if I'd literally just shaved my head, but none of these people have ever known me with hair. And then another one says, not the asshole. The bride wanting you to wear a wig to look good in photos is ridiculous and just insulting. Describing her as a bridezilla sounds about right. And then the OP said, the thing is, she hasn't been a bridezilla at all before this, and I don't even think she would have been capable of it considering her personality. Asking something like this is very unlike her. I don't know what you guys think about those.
I don't know. Maybe maybe by these people's standards, I'm a bit of a husbandilla. I don't fucking know, cause like
Husbandilla.
Because I'm just like in my head, I feel like the equivalent is just like.
Want to be a huzzilla?
I'd be mad. Hey, the term "huzz" means something these days, bro. You can't
What
say.
does it mean? I have never heard anyone say that term.
You ever heard people talk about the huzz?
No.
What?
The
All right,
hubbyzilla.
Yeah,
the hubbyzilla.
Hubbyzilla. Okay.
Groomzilla. There we go.
Hell
The
no.
groomzilla.
No.
Well, the groom and the bride.
Hubbyzilla.
The bride and the
Hubbyzilla.
groom.
I don't care. We don't use that word.
No,
We're
no,
not
we don't
putting
use
that word.
groomerzilla. Groomerzilla would be different, Quizzy.
No.
No. Too close to each other. Too close to
Groomzilla
guilty by
is-
association. I don't care.
Yeah,
Hubbyzilla.
Groom-
Maybe I'm a.
Yeah,
Maybe I'm
Hubbyzilla.
a Hubbyzilla.
No, but you bridezilla and groomzilla.
I'm just thinking, like, even if I know I'm friends with somebody who is like, they're known for being super dripped out, you know, they just wear extravagant fits, you know, their hair's all like, they usually have some crazy hairstyle. I'm not gonna lie, if everybody at my wedding, like all my groomsmaids and all that, if all of them are dressed like Sanji and this motherfucker pulls up dressed like Don Quixote do Flamingo, I'm gonna get pissed off.
Oh
my
boy. Well, this story might actually make you guys kind of more happy. Our next story actually comes from the subreddit r/pro-revenge.
Oh
Ooh.
no.
So in Reddit, there's a couple different revenge subreddits. There's r/petty revenge, r/pro revenge, and I think there's another one above that. That's like the worst kind of revenge you can exact on someone. But pro revenge is pretty bad. So this was originally posted on Pro Revenge, and it's from 7 years ago. So it says, the title says, don't announce your engagement at someone else's wedding or this might happen to you.
Yeah, don't do that. What the fuck?
I've
Yeah.
heard that happen at quite a lot of stories. Like I might find it sometime, but there's a story about basically someone who knew their brother was gonna announce the like. Basically, their brother or sister likes to always outdo them, and so they knew like if they showed up, they were going to announce their engagement at the wedding reception or whatever,
We
just
have
to outdo
we
them.
had friends that did that at somebody's wedding. Like they didn't do it. They didn't do it like during the wedding, like like in front of everybody. Like they did it in the front of a group of friends. They were all just hanging out, and then they're like, "Oh, by the way, y'all, we're getting married." I was like, "Oh God!" Like they're those types of people.
You couldn't
So-
have done that tomorrow.
So if I remember,
Is it right?
so I'm this is just going off topic. If I remember that story correctly, what happened was that this guy had like I might be mixing up stories, but I believe that there's a story where basically he shows the brother like this wedding ring, and the brother basically took it without him knowing or something. And used his proposal ring. Actually, no, I'm mixing up two stories. Shit, I mixed up two. There's two very bad stories. One of them is where the brother like interrupts the wedding, and I forget what happened. I'll find that one. I'll tell it on here eventually because that's a good one. And then there's another one where the brother like borrows a proposal ring and uses it to propose to the girlfriend. Which he told his brother not to, and he was refusing to give back the ring. He was like, "Oh, my wife likes the ring now, so you just gotta let me have it. This is my proposal ring now."
No. Oh my.
And
God.
so
I'm sorry.
the original guy who bought the ring went to the wife, was like, "You do know that I bought this from my wife, right? And he took it from me, so he didn't even buy it. He didn't buy you that ring." And it ended up breaking up the relationship.
Oh, I beat his ass.
Wow.
But I'm sorry, I zoned out for a bit because I don't know if you noticed this, Spice. I'm just like, I imagined us all on a stage, and I just looked over to the right, and all of a sudden, just for like a split second, you were like looking over at Jen, and then you stared right at the screen. I just imagine there's just, look, we're streaming, we're on a stage, everybody watching at home, they're in the crowd. I imagine you just stared, you just gave a death glare to some specific person out in the crowd.
Yeah, right. Like,
Man.
You did it 3 times in a row.
And then
look back, glare. Look,
only an asshole would announce an engagement at someone else's wedding. I agree with that. But anyways, to get back on topic, again, this story, posted 7 years ago, comes from Pro Revenge and says, don't announce your engagement at someone else's wedding, or this might just happen to you. Real quick, want to make sure I do this. Thank you, Greg, for the
thanks for
follow.
the stretch redeem.
All right, so this says, last summer I was at a cousin's wedding. His bride and her family had been close with ours since before I was born. And the couple had known each other since they were toddlers, so it was a particularly exciting event for both sides of the family. However, after the ceremony was over and the party had only just started, one of the bridesmaids decided to announce her own engagement. Uh-oh. The attention was...
You said ever. You said after was ever.
What? What?
You didn't say over. You said ever.
after it was ever.
What after was ever. That's all. That's why.
I'm so confused.
Don't worry, Jen just
Don't
went
worry
a
about
little,
it.
just went a little
Don't worry about
southern on us out of nowhere for one word.
It was funny.
Okay. The attention was immediately taken away from the newlyweds and brought to the bridesmaid, who I'll call Sarah, and her equally smug fiance. My cousin's wife, I'll
Okay,
call her
Sarah.
my cousin's wife,
If
I'll
that's
call her
your-
Emma. Okay, Sarah, if that's your real name.
Yeah, that's your real name.
The attention was immediately taken away from the newlyweds and brought to the bridesmaid, who I'll call Sarah, and her equally smug fiance. My cousin's wife, I'll call her Emma, didn't make a scene or utter a single negative word about Sarah. She looked like she was on the verge of tears, but she kept grinning and acted very happy for the other couple. This was unusual, as Emma is typically quite confrontational and speaks her mind no matter the consequences. Thank you for the follow, Sanu Mole. I hopefully said your name right. Sarah.
Oh, yeah, that's that cold rage.
Yep. Yeah, the cold. Well, she is she's like on the verge of tears, so she's holding back, her emotions because she doesn't know how to react. So, then we got oh boy. So Sarah later picked Emma to be the maid of honor at her own wedding, which took place last weekend. I wasn't there for it, but my cousin sent me some of the best bits on Snapchat and explained the whole situation. This is where the fun begins. Oh boy. Okay, I can always tell you. So Sarah fucked up twice here, because she fucked up by being an asshole and proposing, announcing an engagement or whatever at someone else's wedding during, after the ceremony was over.
Yeah.
And then proceeded to invite the person who she, completely stole the spotlight from at their wedding to be the maid of honor. This sounds like it's gonna go amazingly. This totally wasn't her setting up her own bad karma coming to bite her in the ass. All right, so it's now story continues. It says Emma's two much younger sisters were the flower girls at Sarah's wedding. At the very last moment, Emma switched out the white petals in their baskets to blue ones she had secretly brought with her. She told her sisters not to say anything about it or let the bride see them until it was time to scatter them down the aisle. Can I just say, what is there significance between it being blue, instead of white or whatever?
Wait, what?
Instead of
The
white
colors
petals?
of the wedding.
Okay.
Colors of the wedding.
I guess that makes sense. I guess.
Why? Because if your wedding colors are red and white, why would you want blue flower petals? Or if your colors are
True.
a green and a black, why would you want blue flowers?
I'm not gonna lie. You know what? Hey, now this might be the color theorist in me. Low key, black and green and then some random blue accents. Hey, if you throw those petals at the right place, that shit might look accidentally fire. But that's just me.
It also depends what shade of blue they are, because if they're a light blue, that doesn't, I don't know.
True.
But
Oh
anyway,
man.
continue.
So again, remember this is from Pro Revenge, so it might be an everyone sucks here moment, but it's from Pro Revenge, so it gets juicier. So Sarah looked confused upon seeing the blue petals, which didn't coordinate whatsoever with her theme. But of course, she
There you
didn't
go.
say anything about it in the moment. You nailed the nail on the head right there, Spice. Hit the nail right on the head.
Yep. I figured.
Of course, she didn't say anything about it in the moment. Most of Sarah's other bridesmaids were also Emma's friends. Let me read that again. So most of Sarah's other bridesmaids who were also Emma's friends had attended Emma's wedding and were in on Emma's scheme. At the reception, Emma's sisters and the other bridesmaids were tight-lipped when Sarah began demanding to know why they were blue petals, or why there were blue petals. The wedding planner ended up getting a lot of abuse for not checking the flower girls' baskets before they walked down the aisle. Well, now I feel bad for the wedding planner, but okay, because she wasn't in on it at all. I think, yeah, no, from what I see here, not in on it. This was a last minute, kind of not prank but revenge.
Yeah.
So she had nothing to do with it. Finally, it was time for the speeches. The speeches took. Sorry, that just threw me out. That just threw me out.
No, I know. That's how I was
Speech. Finally, it was time for the speeches. The speeches took place in front of a massive screen, displaying a loop of photos with Sarah and her husband. Oh my god, the website just glitched out. I pressed something and I gotta find where I was.
Oh no, please tell me they didn't switch the B-roll. Please tell me they didn't switch the B-roll.
Wait, oh god. Hold on. So the speeches took place in front of a
no.
massive screen, displaying a loop of photos with Sarah and her husband, which had been compiled by Emma. Oh god. Okay.
Oh no! Yeah.
Come to find out, one of them. Come to find out, one of them's been. Oh, better yet, they looked on the internet for pictures of each of their past relationships, and they started.
Oh god.
I was worried it was gonna be porn.
That was my first guess, but I was just like, nah, hold on. You can go to. They could arrest them for that.
Okay, my mind went even worse because I was like, what if Emma found evidence of her cheating on her husband and put it in the B-roll?
No.
That was my second thought. But here's the crazy thing: if you go for past relationships, those pictures. Not even cheating, you can still put the doubt in their mind because they're gonna be like, "What the fuck?" You don't talk about past relationships with current partners for a reason. You don't do it in this on their wedding day. Their wedding their matrimony, their marriage will be built on doubt. Their big day.
Yeah.
I think we're expecting more pettiness than what actually is gonna happen. So let's read on. So. Says, Emma took the remote that controlled the presentation screen, and at first she showed some pre-approved humorous photos of Sarah with Emma and other friends to facilitate a couple lighthearted jokes.
Okay.
Then at the very end, Emma said to Sarah that she must be wondering why there were blue petals instead of the white ones originally planned. That was when Emma displayed the last slide from her presentation.
Oh no.
Emma announced in front of everyone that she was 5 months pregnant and that she just discovered the baby was a boy, hence the blue petals.
Oh no.
Hold on, wait, let me finish. Her last slide, her ultrasound picture.
Oh my god!
That's so petty. You stole
That's so bad.
It's like, okay, well, all right. So Sarah, you stole the spotlight at my wedding. I'm gonna steal the spotlight at your wedding.
It said, hey, you wanted to play hot potato. It's not my fault. That bomb did not go off yet. You're a bitch.
Oh my god.
Dude, bro. Holy crap, man.
Wow.
Just one-upped her, stole this. That is, like, she totally one-upped and stole the spotlight at that wedding. Holy crap, that's pro-revenge. Oh.
If the score was 1-0 after the first one, I'm not gonna lie, it's 5-1 right now.
Yeah.
Oh, man. There were shocked yells and gasps. Sarah had a fit, but those involved in the scheme... But those involved in the scheme cheered so loudly that I sincerely regret watching the Snapchat recordings with headphones. Apparently, Sarah had been very nasty to her bridesmaids before, driving several of them away and forcing the others to pay ridiculous amounts of money for dresses.
Oh my god.
So even her bridesmaids were cheering.
Hey, yo, is this a continuation of that other story?
Yeah, right?
Oh, man.
Oh, man.
Emma and my cousin were eventually thrown out of the party, but they were all smiles. Sarah's fuming mother went to confront her outside, and Emma retorted with, "Gentle, gentle, I'm pregnant." The rage baiting is in full swing.
6-1.
Yeah, right.
I reckon Sarah doesn't speak to the majority of those bridesmaids anymore.
Oh, yeah, no, I don't think so.
Then
my god.
TLDR, self-important bridesmaid announced her engagement at my cousin's wedding, stealing the spotlight from him and his bride. Said bridesmaid foolishly names my cousin's wife as her maid of honor and behaves like a complete bridezilla. Cousin's wife sabotages her wedding to announce her own pregnancy.
Yeah, gee.
Oh, man. That story got 36,000 upvotes.
Wow.
Oh, man. And then I love this top comment because it's a joke, but I love it. And then at Emma's baby shower, Sarah flaunts that she's dying. And at Sarah's funeral, Emma announces that she killed her. And at Emma's trial, Sarah comes back as a zombie.
Oh my god.
They just have to continue one-upping each other.
Forever.
Oh, that's funny. I read that earlier. You might have heard, like, there was early in the story, like, I scrolled down and I read that and I couldn't help but, like, chuckle. Like, I snorted, I think, a little bit at that. And I, like, just, like, scrolled back up to keep reading because I was like, oh my god, that's funny. That's a funny top comment. Hey, Scorpy! Hello, hello.
Hi.
Oh man, and then one of these comments I actually kind of agree with because I felt bad for the wedding planner. They said, "I hope y'all played the wedding planner enough to deal with that shit. I wouldn't wish a bridezilla on anyone." Yeah,
I agree.
because they did kind of get the bridezilla thrown under the bus. And then there's another comment that says there's a lot of narcissism in there to unpack. Oh
Yeah, I
man.
agree.
Oh boy.
There's a lot going on. Woo!
Oh god, hold on. And then we have a little bit of a short story right here in the comments that somebody commented. It actually sounds interesting. It says, I was once...
Short story. So even the people in the comments are trying to steal stuff.
The people in the comments are trying to steal the thunder.
A Scorpyzilla.
Scorpyzilla, I guess.
There you go. Instead of a Bridezilla, have a Scorpio.
Or a Groomzilla.
Are scorpions reptile? Like what are scorpions?
I think they're an
count
arachnid.
as? Oh, they are. Right.
Yeah, Quizzy's not a fan of arachnids.
No, that actually makes so much sense. Yeah, the complete tangent. I'll make it quick. Like the first time I played Fallout 4, like
The rat scorpions.
I ran into a rat scorpion, and for whatever reason, the way it made me move just made me super uncomfortable, and I was so confused as to why. And then later, I think I looked up and I was like, "Wait, those motherfuckers have how many legs? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No,
It's 16 or no 8. They had a lot of. I think they only have 8.
Where'd you get 16 from, bro?
My body duplicated 8 for some reason.
It's not,
You counted up to 10. You confused me
16.
because I think they only have 8.
I counted up to 6.
You counted 10, didn't he?
I stopped at 6 and said, "Whoa, what?"
I maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
Not chat. Clip that shit.
Arachnid reptile hybrid. Yeah, right.
Oh man. Yeah. But all right. Here's a little short story here. It says, I was once at a wedding where the bride's younger sister was proposed to immediately after the speeches by her quarter-wit boyfriend. There weren't.
What? Or
I don't know what quarter-wit means, but maybe they're making fun of the IQ. I don't know.
I think.
oh,
Yeah.
quarter wit. I thought you said quarter wit, and I was like, "What the fuck? What is quarter wit? What?
Things weren't quite as civil as in this story, though. After the meal, the bride pulled her sister to one side, and they ended up in a screaming argument. Then the bride was punched in the nose.
Oh boy.
Didn't I say something about that earlier?
Then she headbutted her sister. It was all going downhill from this point, with several other family members getting involved and or trying to separate them when the police turned up. Having been called by the venue staff and dragging the pair of them away in handcuffs. Although fair play to them, it is a wedding nobody that was there is likely to forget. You know, probably not. Oh man. But yeah, that was a
getting carted off the jail on your wedding.
Yup. Oh man. All right. So let's see. Now our final story that I pulled up for this. It is from Best of Redditor Updates again, and the title says, well, okay, real quick, it's posted 3 years ago, and it was posted in Bridezillas originally.
Okay.
So, all right. Title says, my best friend from childhood invited me to her wedding, but forgot to assign me a seat. I spent the night alone in a separate room.
Oh no.
Oh boy.
And see, that's why you're that's why you're the childhood friend and not the current friend since childhood. That's you right there. That's you right there. What the fuck?
Oh boy.
Nah, I need the Carfax on this story. How the fuck a separate room?
The original. So
I think I've heard this story before.
I'm thinking, that it might be a story I've read before. I
think I've heard this story before.
We'll go through it, and if it's not the story I'm thinking of, I'll tell you the story I was trying to find, because it could be this one, because I found this one earlier, like a bit last minute, because I was like, oh shit, I gotta find the story. I don't know if this is the right one. If it's not, I'll briefly talk about the one I'm thinking of.
Okay, you're fine.
But this one, let's
All
go
good.
on. So it says original post was posted on February 6th, 2023. So it says my childhood best friend, the original title was my childhood best friend, 23 female, got married this weekend, and I was so excited to be there to support her on her big day. Okay, no, that wasn't the title. It's just Okay, I will say this. That's confusing because a lot of these best of Reddit updates, for when you read them, a lot of the time the first sentence is the original title from the original post.
Okay, gotcha.
So
gotcha.
I just got confused. So I'm just gonna reread that again.
Oh, no worries. Go for it.
My childhood best friend, 23 female, got married this weekend, and I was so excited to be there to support her on her big day. I'm a chocolatier, so the bride asked me if I could create the wedding favors and the dessert table. I was ecstatic to help with the wedding and went above and beyond to create a gorgeous table that was a huge hit on the day. I was told early on that the wedding was over budget and to keep costs low. My boyfriend was not invited. I was extremely understanding and even reduced my rates for the suite table as my present to the couple. A couple weeks later, after reviewing the guest list, the bride informed me that my boyfriend could come as my +1, but if he did, I would be moved from the head table. My boyfriend is a wedding
Okay.
photographer and is looking to build his videography portfolio. Knowing that the couple didn't have a videographer, he offered to film a professional wedding video free of charge. The bride was ecstatic and offered to move us to the vendor table so that we could network with the other vendors. We loved the idea, and it was confirmed that we would be sitting with the vendors. Sorry, I just got distracted because I just saw network issues detected, attempting to resolve automatically on the shared chat stream.
Oh, no.
Don't know what's going on there, but okay. Anyways, the day of the
I
wedding.
was gonna say, as a former wedding photographer, I know about the vendor table. It's
You
like I
do?
know the vendor table life. Yes,
I
know the
actually
vendor
don't
table
know the
life.
vendor table. I've never.
Continue.
Alrighty. The day of the wedding, we arrived 4 hours early to help with the event. My boyfriend spent the time filming while I set up the dessert table and helped the event coordinator set the dinner table. Well, dinner table. Sorry, I got a burp during the middle of it. After the ceremony, guests were moved to the cocktail room while the original room was converted into the room for the reception. While helping
As they do.
convert the room, I noticed that our names were not on the seating chart. I asked the event coordinator where we would be sitting, and she said, "Good question," and left to find out. She came back to say that there was no vendor table and that if we were staying for dinner, my boyfriend and I would have to sit in a separate room as we were not on the list. What?
I need to hear this. Nah, I need to hear this explanation because I have a feeling that it's going to have something to do with them mentioning that they were already over budget.
The room was closed off from the reception, so we couldn't hear or see anything, let alone talk to anybody. That's actually kind of crazy. So the room is closed off from reception and you couldn't hear or see anything, let alone talk to anybody. You're just it's not even connected to the other wedding venue. You just are in a room with you and your husband and that's it.
I was gonna say I will wait till we're done. I will comment on this now.
Okay. Go
ahead, continue.
I told the event coordinator that we were in fact guests and that we should be moved into the reception room. The event coordinator herself was seated at one of the tables in the room. I told her that I was a longtime friend of the bride and even originally meant to be seated at the head table. However, the event coordinator said that she couldn't do anything about it. I approached the bride to explain the situation. She mentioned that it was definitely a mix-up and we should be in the room. The bride mentioned that she didn't want to undermine me as a businesswoman, so she never told the event coordinators that we were friends or that I was a guest. She left the coordination of the vendor table to the event coordinator and left it off of the seating chart. The event coordinator was not made aware that any of the vendors, besides herself and the MC, I don't want MC, and the...
What the fuck? Who the
Master
main
of ceremony. Isn't that like the DJ?
Maybe. Yeah, I was thinking main
the
character.
MC's usually the No, the MC's usually the DJ. But
besides herself and the MC, I said main character. Besides herself and the MC, we're staying for the reception and therefore didn't think to add us in. Although I understand the mix-up, the bride did nothing to get us moved to the main room. My boyfriend and I were cut off from the reception with no one to speak to, no way to see or hear, and even had to ask to be fed. As a result, I missed the entire wedding and spent the majority of the evening crying in the bathroom waiting to move the dessert table into the main room after dinner so that we could leave. My boyfriend continued to film everything as he was committed to getting a beautiful video for his portfolio. That's crazy. So they were still filming this wedding that they're now basically kicked out of. And she also set the tables and everything for the bride. That's crazy. The next morning, I emailed the bride about the experience. She apologized profusely and said she was scatterbrained on the day and didn't think to do anything about it. She feels extremely difficult. What is going on with my brain?
Feels extremely difficult.
Why did I read that wrong? I'm like fucking falling in my chair. The heat is getting to me, I swear to God. She feels extremely guilty and would still like to be friends. I would like to forgive her, but I am still extremely hurt. Oh my God. I can't believe it. She feels extremely, when I say she feels extremely difficult. Shit, man. Update. Because we have an update. Actually, so far, what do you guys think? What do you think so far?
I don't know. It's giving more incompetent and a little bit ditzy and a little bit just dumb than malicious. And I don't know. It was kind of whack. It was kind of whack. I don't know the validity of that whole. Yeah, I wanted to respect you as a business person, so I didn't tell them you were. I don't know how much that. Really
I don't even know how that was.
I can see somebody. Who doesn't know shit about business.
Well,
coming up with that. So
apparently
maybe
Spice knows something about the vendor table and stuff. So maybe Spice has some comments to inform us.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. So normally at a wedding, they do have a vendor table. But the vendor table is usually not in. It's usually like in a different room. So that's where I thought it was like, oh, they put them at the vendor table, which is usually in a different room, or it's in a room like nearby where the reception is, because they usually don't put you with the guests because you're not the guest. You're vendors. You're hired to be there. So they'll usually put you somewhere else. It really depends. Sometimes, like I've shot weddings for friends. I still sit at a vendor table. I'm not at there've been a couple where I've been at a regular table, but my husband was also invited to the wedding. So that's where like I would also get at a table. But normally if I'm just shooting the wedding, I would be at the vendor table with the DJ and the videographer if there is one. We'd all like be at a table by ourselves.
But you'd still be fed, right? And wouldn't you still at least be able to talk to people at the ceremony, or no?
No, yeah, you could still talk. Yeah, we were still able to talk to people. Like if I knew some, like there were like 2 weddings I shot, and I knew like my friends were guests at the wedding, so I would.
So
like, say, hey,
this part of the story is not normal, where like they basically weren't allowed into the wedding hall or whatever, like or the reception hall to come like to like talk to anybody. Like nobody went to go talk to them.
Yeah, that's a little weird. But my first thinking was when they said, oh, we put you in a table out here, was that, oh, this is probably where they usually do put the vendors at, is the thing out there. But I don't know why the MC and the coordinator were at a table in the room. That didn't make sense to me. But also with that, with getting fed, it's hit or miss with a venue, honestly. You might have to go to the maitre d' and like talk to the maitre d' to be like, oh, hey, like introduce yourself to the maitre d' so they know who you are, so they can be like, oh, okay, we have to feed these people at this time, because normally they're going to feed the vendors while everybody else is eating. So they're going to feed all the guests first, then feed the venders, because you need to
So I just read
you
chat.
need to make sure you're ready to you need to make sure you're ready to go. Like for pictures and stuff like that, like once the couple's done, like I gotta eat real quick, make sure we're done so we can, we don't miss anything.
Well, again, they're childhood friends, and and she originally had a seat at the head table, so this is, I don't know, it just feels a bit strange. Also, real quick, like the chat was very funny. The vendors may not speak to guests. All offenders will be taken out by snipers.
I was like, do you not have any, like the vendors. We talk to everybody on the wedding day. Okay, we also are wrangling cats on wedding day. Okay,
Yeah.
like we gotta make sure we gotta look for family members, stuff like that. So it's like we talk to literally everybody.
Gotcha.
But yeah, I mean, with feeding them, yeah, I'm surprised they had to seek out to be like, are we getting fed? But that I also think there was, communication was missing.
Also, real quick, Quizzy, can you try talking real quick? I want to test something.
Yeah, talk. Test
Okay.
one,
Is
two,
it,
two, one.
okay, you don't have a buzz. Are you hearing a buzz in the background of Spice's mic at all when she talks?
Spice talk.
This is Spice talking. Talk.
Ooh, I hear slightly. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I thought it was my
There
headphones.
is?
I thought there was something wrong with my headphones.
Why you get super loud when you said there?
Okay, I
Wait,
thought.
hold on.
Okay.
I don't hear anything on my end. I don't know.
It's very
It's
subtle.
very
It's not
subtle,
like-
but that's why I was like, I was playing with my headphones, like I was like playing with my headphone jack, and to my
Okay.
extension cord. So I was like worried it was I broke something in my headphones, but I think it is on your end because it doesn't happen when Quizzy talks.
Genuinely though, it's like it's so
It's
unnoticeable.
so
that
unnoticeable.
I would have never noticed if Jin didn't tell me to look out for it.
I'm so
yeah, but
sorry.
now I don't know what it's from.
Okay.
It's probably
Yeah.
just a little bit of white noise, but
Yeah.
my takeaway from this is like it's
sorry about that.
It just seems like it seems like a little bit of incompetence, but I don't think that it's something that they can't like recover as friends from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, be pissed for a while and then get over it, and then you can talk about it like normal people.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it was malicious. Like, I don't think they did that maliciously.
Yeah. Okay. So, we have an update, like I mentioned earlier.
Oh.
So,
Please don't let this age
Oh, boy.
poorly.
update.
Yeah, please
February
no. I'll be
20th,
sad.
2023. So this update was posted 14 days later.
Okay.
So it says, after reading everyone's responses and doing some reflecting, I've come to the conclusion that she's not my friend.
Oh, fuck. Okay, hold on.
Well,
Please.
that went that way. Okay.
Wait. Let's
But
wait.
why?
Let's wait. This might be a case of we were right and Reddit just gaslit her into losing a potentially good friend. Hold on, we could still be right about this, Spice.
Oh yeah, right. We could still. There's still a chance.
Still a chance.
All right? I'm not gonna give up. I'm not gonna act like I'm wrong off of the sole merit of Redditors. Okay, I'm not doing that.
Right.
All right. So, more continuing on, it says, our relationship in the past few months has mostly consisted of her blowing me off and me interpreting it as though she was busy. She moved across the country 2 years ago, but flies here often. Most of the couple's friends and family still live here, which is why they decided to have their wedding here. Every time she's come to visit, we've tried to make plans, which would end with me being blown off. The excuse was always that some last-minute things came up, which is why she didn't have time to come see me. So it sounds like over the past 2 years, because she moved away 2 years, but she's flown back pretty often, and she's tried constantly over the past few months, even before the wedding, because it says past few months, and the wedding happened like very recently. The first post was February 6th. This was February 20th is the update. So past few months means it could have been started like November or October. What?
Okay.
Spice, I'm trying so hard not to make a joke about a certain marine mammal we know.
Wait, why?
No, so last minute things keep coming up.
Oh.
Oh no!
Well, no. Spite.
I'm
Man,
joking.
You're joking.
Oh my
Okay,
God.
thank God.
I'm joking. I'm joking.
Because
But damn it, if it isn't a funny joke.
For all intents and purposes, this is a joke.
oh man. But okay, so
We love
yeah.
our dolphin. I mean narwhal. Fuck.
Narwhal, yeah, we love our narwhal.
If you called her a dolphin, she'd be pretty mad, I feel like.
Hey,
And then
that's
we'll end up on, am I the asshole because I was mad that my friends called me a dolphin when I'm a narwhal?
Oh man. But okay,
Oh,
so what I'm getting
Yeah.
from this is basically, even before the wedding, this friend has been blowing her off, like finding a last-minute excuse to not hang out despite making plans.
Mm.
So even before the wedding happened. But okay, let's keep reading. So, yeah, last thing came up, which is why she didn't have time to see me. She called me months before her engagement party to let me know that I would be invited to it, but I was never actually invited. I responded to pictures of it online just saying gorgeous. And she explained that I wasn't invited because her
that
mother-in-law
sucks.
planned it and I didn't know her friends. That's an excuse. That's an excuse. You promised to have her at your engagement party and you're supposed to be really close friends. This is malicious at this point.
That's an excuse because like if you like no, I've been invited to bridal showers and stuff for friends of my husband's friends and stuff, and it's like they don't have my info, but they're like they find me.
Jesus.
So it's like no, come on.
Yeah. Oh my God. More of the story. The only time I've seen her within the past year was to do a free tasting for her wedding after she mentioned that she would not finalize her order without a tasting. We had plans to meet up the same week of the tasting, which she blew. As in blew off.
Mm-hmm. Well, I would
Yeah.
hope that's what that meant. I was like, whoa.
Oh man. No. She blew her
Quizzy,
husband.
I'm just sick of all of my predictions and wild theories getting immediately disproven or proven wrong in the worst possible way. Like this is what is this? What is this? Why did she have to end up being a shitty person?
This would be like me.
Yeah.
This would be like me inviting Quizzy to collabs and then last minute telling him, "Oh wait, I got somebody else. You're not invited anymore."
Yeah, by the way, everybody, get out of my collab. No, I'm kidding.
No, just Quizzy. Just Quizzy. I call him my best friend, and then I just, like one of my best friends, and then I'm just like, yeah, sorry, you can't come to this club. Oh, sorry, I can't make it to Ohio. I know I plan to come see you. Oh, no, I'm still going to go to Ohio, but I'm not going to actually spend time with you while I'm there.
Yeah, sorry, I'm gonna go somewhere else. Well,
Hey, I can't be too mad though because listen,
Hey, thank you for the raid, Ender.
you know, jokes be jokes, but to this
Thank you for the
day,
raid.
every time I'm part of, hey, thanks for the raid. Hey, every time I'm part of a collab with this man Jin, somebody else inexplicably something comes up last second.
They
Like
can't
that
make
trend,
it.
it's actually my bad luck charm, and Jin can attest to this. Something always happens to at least one person, usually two or three, but at least one person.
Oh, man.
And so now I'm holding the burden. It is now officially my fault. Why? 'Cause I said so.
Oh, man.
that's
How
wild.
art thou? I am doing good. I'm reading Reddit stories to these two awesome people. We are on our very last story, and we're nearing the end, but let's continue on.
Yeah, we gotta yeah. Tell us about this.
Yeah,
tell us
before the
about this
buzzing on
turn.
Spice's mic gets louder.
I'm sorry. I don't know why it's doing that.
It's okay. It's not too bad. It's not like it's overtaking your voice or anything. All right.
Jin, shut up. I'm noticing it more and more the more you talk about it.
No.
I reread her apologetic email and interpreted it differently. The second time. The email.
Wait, she sent an email?
Yeah, she apologized over email, which I don't think was mentioned before, that it was an email. She didn't even call her to apologize.
Yeah, wow, one email. Like, wow.
Wow.
That's like, per my last email.
Oh my god. The email mainly followed the structure of excuse, but that's not an excuse. In one section, she wrote that although she would like to still be friends, she understands that I may not want to, and that's fine. To me, it seemed as though she was saying she wouldn't care if we were no longer be friends. At the end of the email, she added,
Yeah.
P.S. We would still like the video, despite making it a point prior to the wedding to let my boyfriend and I know that she couldn't care less about the wedding video.
No.
She just used
Sorry.
them. She just used them. She just used them. She
Yeah,
just used them.
no.
Like, if I remember correctly, the
no.
the original poster, she's a chocolatier too, so she like made a bunch of treats and stuff for the venue too.
Yeah, no.
Oh, yeah, I forgot
No.
to say, I did not know that was a term until today. Chocolatier, that's
Yeah,
a baller word.
Profession.
What's
Profession, yeah.
There's a patissier. Is that like that? Someone who makes pastries?
Patissier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's I know that one. Chocolatier is a newer one.
Yeah, I'm not
Yeah.
gonna use that word you just said because it's too easy to fuck up, and I know what my brain would autocorrect to say.
Oh man. All right. And now it says although. Spice, you cut out. You went oh hi, but you turned robot. You went hi. And then you cut out. You cut out like then you went silent for like 5 seconds.
No, I was saying hi to Semi the Ink Demon. Hello,
I didn't hear
hello.
Semi the Ink Demon. I just heard oh hi.
Oh shit!
And then silence for like 30
Story of my
seconds.
life. Story of my life.
Oh my god, your audio actually no clipped into the back room. So holy shit!
Oh man. Oh, that's
Oh
so
my God,
funny.
sorry.
Spice's mic is full of bees. It is.
Oh
It
my!
probably is.
Or mosquitoes.
Just kidding.
Oh, I gave
No,
myself a
no,
migraine.
not mosquitoes, please.
No.
God, no, they keep biting me.
They keep biting Quizzy too.
Oh, don't bring that shit up. I got work tomorrow.
Oh no.
Oh no!
Oh,
Hopefully
now
they'll
I'm
keep
scared.
you away from the lake, but then again, you live pretty close to it, so.
I'm gonna be right on the fucking lake. I see it now.
Oh god.
No.
All right, so let's see. She couldn't care less about the wedding video. Although she mentioned in her email that she would make it up to me, I haven't heard a word from her since. I responded back
Yep.
to her email, naively accepting the apology the day after the wedding. Basically, because she apologized, so she hasn't messaged her friend at all ever since this friend accepted the apology. Like on the day of, like was like, oh, it's okay, it's okay. So, but ever since then, didn't actually like do a follow up. Like, are you sure it's okay? Instead, she's like, no, I want the wedding video. Even though I told you beforehand I didn't want the wedding video.
No.
And then right here it says, I watched my boyfriend's rough edit of the wedding video this week and listened to her speech. She added a section where she thanked her friends for transcending the lines of friends and family. That's what it said in quotation marks.
What?
Yeah, she thanked her friends for, quote, transcending the lines of friends and family, end
What the
quote.
fuck is she yapping about?
I don't, maybe she had her speech written by ChatGPT.
Hey, chat, listen, you all transcend the bounds of friends and family.
She called out a long list of names. Oh, wait. Oh, no. Okay. She called out.
Oh, no.
I'm sorry, that's the type of shit you start writing when you're out of shit to say in an essay, but you still have like 100 words left.
Man, my wedding speech is gonna be something
filler,
else.
filler. Fill the space.
So it says, right here, she called out a long list of names from the friend group. Mine wasn't included, which sealed the deal
Oh, God,
for me.
I hate that.
That's crazy. You didn't include her in the name, and she helped you set up the tables and everything, and they filmed the wedding video for you, and you're supposed to be old childhood friends.
I don't like, no, I just in general, I don't like when you're like, I'm going to shout out these specific people. It's like, here are these specific friends. Like, why don't you just say all your friends?
Okay, can I just say this?
Day?
This is why there was a trend. I think this was like a year or two, maybe 3 years ago. There was a trend where VTubers were doing a tier list of their favorite VTubers, and it just gave me the ick. Because I don't like the idea of rating a VTuber, like rating them over another. Like being like, oh, this VTuber is better and more entertaining to me than this VTuber. Like, and just putting it out there on the internet. That just feels mean. Like, I think that's just cruel. I think rating real people is not okay.
I'm sorry. Hold on. I got something to say to that because Jen, I'm not gonna lie, a little bit hypocritical because we did do that little roster thing, but
Oh. Well,
I'm sorry. I'm calling you out, but hold on.
To be fair, you're the one who came up with the roster idea.
Yeah, but I'm not the one saying that shit gave me the ick. All right. Anyway, is it just me or does anybody else see? Did you guys? Okay, no, you did that on purpose.
What?
Y'all froze for a second. Y'all tried to scare me. You tried to scare me. Y'all both were like perfectly still.
What?
No. You guys tried to make me think that my internet fucked up because Jen, you kept your mouth open and stayed very still. There was no reason for your mouth to be open. But anyway.
Oh, if it's in good fun, then maybe like with the lowest tier being not my thing at the very least, but otherwise, ew.
Yeah. It was like an in good fun day. It was like we were like a SmackDown versus Raw roster of VTubers sort of thing.
All VTubers are equally cringe. F tier.
Yep, all of us are F tier. Thank you.
I don't know what you're talking about. But anyway, is it just me or is there one bang on my head that is just like stuck for some reason? I just noticed this and it's bugging me.
What bang?
Look at the, above my right eye, like right above my right eye. Look, there's one that's just not moving.
Yeah, it doesn't move.
Oh my god,
Wait,
yeah, it's not moving. It's just
Is that normal? Or is that something that's been there this entire time?
I'm pretty sure that's not normal. It's bugging me.
It's like, is this normal? My bag's not moving.
I'm sure anybody who's paying attention, I'm sure you could notice exactly what I noticed it because I started
You
shaking
start shaking
my
your head.
to move.
I thought maybe like you had something in your hair or something, you were itching or something. I didn't know what was going on.
Oh.
Okay, let's keep reading though. So, yeah, she called out a long list of names from the friend group. Mine wasn't included, which sealed the deal for me. Especially since I was so involved in the preparation of the wedding that she wouldn't have just forgotten my name. Moving forward, I will be a lot more cautious with my circle, and I'll definitely be more strict with doing business with friends. No more paying out of pocket. My boyfriend has agreed to not go out of his way to send her the video. If she asks for it, he will send a link to a shortened version on his website. I couldn't convince him to add a watermark, although that was my favorite solution. Thanks, everyone, for your recommendations. So, we will see if she comes around in a month or so. I will definitely not be reaching out. So, I will see if she... basically waiting a month, seeing if she'll reach out after a month. And there's no other updates. That was posted February 2023.
Gosh darn anime nerds and their cringe anime.
Hey!
We've gotten full circle, man. At first, we were bullied, and then quarantine happened, and we became mainstream, and now everybody's hating us again. Oh, man. Time really is just a big-ass circle.
So I'm curious, though, what do you guys think of this story? Like, do you think that friend was just using them, essentially, for...
Oh, yeah.
Like, and also just doesn't actually think of them as a friend? I'm pretty sure that's, like, they just don't. Or they're just really horrible friend in general.
Low-key, you know what it might be? Okay, so the easy answer is, nah, they don't think of them as a friend. They were just using them. But the more likely answer is that they've gotten to a point where they have what you'd say close friends, and then they have associate friends, and they don't really like they've gotten too many close friends to where they can't give the same courtesy to associate friends like that. And probably in her mind, she probably sees OP as a friend, but since they're now in that associate friend level, she doesn't act like it. That's probably the real case.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But it's that's not emotionally satisfying for OP. So we're gonna say she's just a bad friend.
Yeah. And I will say this about the story as well, is it's definitely not the one I thought it was, because there's another story I have heard that is similar to this, where basically the person posted the story was invited to a wedding, and what they were told last minute, oh, there's no room for you in the main reception hall, so we're gonna put you in this separate room, and you can just watch the wedding from a screen on a projector or a TV screen. It was one or the other. It's like you can just watch everyone talk and interact in the room, but you can't actually come in because there's no room. You have to, and they were kept in that room the whole time. And eventually she just left. She was like, I can't stay here. So she left the wedding. And so the friend reached out, I was like, oh, I went and checked on you. You left the wedding early. And she's like, yeah, because I wasn't allowed to leave the room. I wasn't allowed to come socialize or anything. And she's like, oh, well, that's too bad. Can I still get my wedding gift? Which I'm just like, I don't think you deserve it, man. If you're gonna like lock a friend in a room and not like, if you're gonna have a separate room, if like you overbooked your venue and you have to have a separate room, just have people cycle, like have like a lottery and like cycle. All right, some people go to that room now, and then tell the other people to come in. Like, cycle them out. Let them come socialize, hang out. I don't know. But that's the story I thought. Spice, was this the story you thought you heard before?
Mm-hmm.
But which one?
There was one I heard before, and it was the friend was the wedding planner for the wedding, and they ended up not having. She had a kind of like they didn't have any seat for her or anything like that.
Oh, okay. Was it the screen one that I was just talking about?
No, it was a different. No, but yeah, she was a wedding planner. She was just helping with the wedding and stuff as like her gift to the bride and groom and all that. And then when it came time for the wedding thing, like, oh well, we don't have a seat for you.
Damn. Oh man. Also, Spice. Also, real quick, Spice. Is that a new model? Because you have more bells in your hair than I remember, by the way.
This is my other outfit.
Oh, okay. Because like I remember you just having 2 bells, and now you got 6.
Yeah, this is my other outfit. This is my other hair. I can see if I change my hair.
Ooh, damn. Hey, I like both. I like it either way. It's cool.
Quizzy, that was great. Ah!
I'm sorry.
See me do it again.
Hair explosion.
I didn't expect for you to go Super Saiyan 3 on me like that.
She did go Super Saiyan 3, yep.
Yeah, it's because it's my other outfit.
She
so I
went
had
further
more bells
beyond.
than This one.
Plus Ultra, she kept the eyebrows. I think. Hold on, I can't see
Wait,
them.
plus Ultra?
No, I kept my eyebrows. They're there. They're somewhere.
Oh, you mean plus Ultra Instinct? Okay, I thought you.
The more bells,
I was
the
like,
less
wait,
brains.
we talking about My Hero?
I definitely mixed My Hero. I just used the phrase. You're thinking too deep into it. It wasn't meant to make that much sense.
All right. Well, some comments on the story.
More plumage for the bird statement. I'm not a bird.
Oh my god. So comment says doesn't doesn't sound like there was ever a seat for OP, and the bride just wanted to use her. It's too bad she can't retroactively charge her standard rate for her services. At least she knows not to trust her quote-unquote friend. Maybe they can get some money for her boyfriend's video, which they were originally doing for free. And then a comment under that says, it's insanely cheap considering adding 2 seats costs way less than a chocolatier and a videographer. She could have easily gotten away with it and ghosted the OP afterward, but she didn't even want to pay for a seat for her. And then, if I were the BF, I'd lose the footage immediately.
Yeah. Oops.
Oops. The wedding video. Oh, it got corrupted. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I was about to say corrupted. I don't know, man. These MP4s. I don't know, man. Something about them.
Something about them. They just don't work. I'm so sorry. Oh man. Yeah, and then one's like quoting the whole part where they listed the long list of names from the friend group, and then where included says, I'd imagine that in any copy made for the bride, that someone dubs in a noticeable, and I would like to thank OP for help planning the wedding and these wonderful chocolate desserts at such a thoughtful bargain price that probably didn't even cover the ingredients. And also OP's talented partner for this free video of our happy day, when she lists the people who helped. Yeah, it's just...
Oh, you know what? No. You know what music they could put in the back of the video? What's new, pussycat? Whoa, whoa, whoa.
No. They put in Quizzy's rap that he did to Seabat that I paid him money for.
Why do you remember that? Why do you remember that? I forgot about it. Also, why did I look over to the left? Why did I look over to the left at Spice's stream for a split second? I just saw
Whoa! What the
pulling up on me.
God!
What's she doing?
I just saw a random photo realistic pigeon on me. What? What? I'm confused.
It literally is a bird attack on stream. So it literally filled the whole screen. It was a bird just pecking at the screen.
That's funny.
Yeah, right as I think it was that same bird, except for it took the whole screen this time. But like I saw, next to me.
I will say, I think the buzzing is gone now, Spice. I don't know what that was, but it seems to be gone now.
Yeah, I haven't heard it for a while. I actually was listening out for a little bit. Yeah, it's gone.
Spice, you have to stop pecking at the screen. I'm not pecking. I'm not a bird.
Damn, chat said that That shit was your domain expansion when you just switched the scene.
Oh
Hey,
man.
Kat said it, not me. I just translated.
I know. They keep saying I'm a bird. I'm not a bird.
Man, okay, now I'm thinking of a different song. I'm a bird, motherfucker. I'm a bird.
Not a bird. We're not making a song about that. Not anyway. A bird.
Oh man. Oh boy. All right. Well, that is all the Reddit stories I have prepared for you guys today. So,
Oh my god.
so I think that will be where we call it.
You're so cute in your baby videos. Just a little. I'm not a bird.
I'm curious, Spice. Do you plan on continuing streaming tonight?
What is that cat? Whoa! Who spawned a cat on me?
I did. That was Tangia. Yeah. What? That was my point of view of Wild Spice punching me. What? I'm not a bird. No, I'm probably gonna call it.
Are you gonna call it?
Yeah.
Should we double raid somebody?
Yeah, we can double raid somebody.
Heck yeah. I do have a name in mind for somebody.
Okay.
Although, wait, actually, hold on. Let's see.
Yeah, Maxwell Cat put the cat on the screen.
Let's see. Let me just
like it was me. I did it.
I'm just gonna quickly double check and see if there's anyone who might need it a little more. No, because I just have to keep hitting show more, and it is a long list of show more. Man, can I just say that at some point they ruined the ability? Like, I swear they ruined. Like, there used to be a better way to see how many viewers, like, or to see people on your Twitch list that you're following. Like, I need them.
Yeah.
There's also no way, by the way, there is not a single way for you to look at every single person on your Twitch, who you follow. So if you follow somebody and they just stop streaming, you're never going to be able to unfollow them unless you remember that you're following them, so you can unfollow them. Because there is a follow limit on Twitch. And it sucks. It sucks. I wish there wasn't a follow limit. But yeah, I do have a name.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I have a whatchamacallit. I'm at the follow limit. So every time I want to follow a new VTuber, I have to unfollow another one.
Whap, whap.
Oh wait, actually I have someone even better because he raids me quite often. I think it's about time I return the favor. So let me send you this, Spice. Right there. That is his name.
That's what I'm saying, Gumpy.
All right. Let's see.
What do you mean? You can see all your followed channels on the left.
That's not all followed channels because I follow so many. The follow limit is 2,000.
How many are online? Do they all stream at the
Yeah, we're all 2,000 online, right?
Well, no. You can see some. They're like once you go far enough down, you'll see some that are offline, but they're only like 5 or 6 of them, and then the rest that are offline, you just can't see. Because they only show you like a random number of your offline. It's annoying. But all right, let's raid my bud Alchem Games. Thank you everyone so much for watching and joining the Reddit reading stream. This has been so much fun. I had such a blast reading these stories. These have been some wild. Oh, I got raided. Holy crap! Thank you, Artica, for the raid. But we are raiding an ending stream. You raid with more? Sure. It's a raid into a raid.
Raid back out. Yeah, raid with more. We're raiding back right now. Thank you, everybody.
Relay raid.
Oh, man. Thank you so much for the raid, Artica. That's
Thursday.
awesome. That's so kind.
Yay.
Yeah, I don't know next time I'll be live. Maybe tomorrow or the day after. I just know next time I'm going live, I am going to be playing some whatchamacallit. The Tomodachi Life. I'm gonna have more fun with that.
It's gonna be Friday, probably Hollow Knight.
Hell yeah, Friday Hollow Knight. But yes, thank you so much. You're ready to send love. Well, I appreciate it. We read a bunch of Bridezilla stories. A lot of them.
Yes.
Very good stories. But yes, thank you so much. I gotta get going. I'm burning up in a hot ass room. It's almost 80 degrees in here. But bye-bye.
See y'all later. Have a good rest of your day, night. You're my ending screen. Okay.